able to continue observing. So spawning here, guys, in the bottom left-hand corner, we have representing Mouse Sports. Can he defeat his Terran opponent? It is HasuObs. And spawning in the top right-hand position as the blue Terran player representing Western Wolves. A strong showing so far in this tournament. Wants to get through to bracket stage. We have Western Wolves, Sting.
And Sting not going for the quick wall-off here. We've seen him before use it, but in this game he's going to throw down the depot behind his mineral line. Most likely going to throw down a barracks near his command center as well. Shouldn't be a command center first. That's one of the maps where it will be done a lot less than on some of the bigger maps like Whirlwind or something like that. But HasuObs, I just want to know whether or not he goes for Templars or Colossi first, because it's usually one or the other.
Yeah.
And also his opener is going to be very important, although I do suspect him to open very similarly as to what Blink did earlier with the 3 gates and the Robo upon making a Nexus at his expansion after 1 gate.
Well, of course, HasuObs is quite known, especially, of course, in Wings of Liberty, for favoring his Templar tech over Colossi. Do you think we're going to be seeing a continuation of that in Heart of the Swarm? Or is he more likely to switch away from super fast Templar? I mean, we see it quite a lot, of course, in PvT kind of matchups, so there's no real big reason not to go for it.
I hadn't watched too many PvT of HasuObs recently in Wings of Liberty towards the end. But I did remember that he used to like opening Colossi and Double Forge and then later on going to Templars. Yep. But in Heart of the Swarm, it just seems that much stronger to go for Templars first. Then again, you have the Stargate tech path as well that HasuObs might go for, which MC has had a lot of success with.
Yeah, he certainly has.
Yeah, I watched Baby Knight's first game versus 4GG, and he did go for the Stargate. So he ended up losing, but I mean, he was doing some decent damage. He lost because of mistakes later on. So, who knows? HasuObs right now, he's going to have to make a choice. He has a couple of possibilities. Sting, opening very standard, he's going to go for the very quick reactor. So he's playing maybe a similar build as what we've seen him do before, except without the wall.
Yeah, the Cybernetic Scroll going to be finishing up behind the mineral line now, and the SCV is going to be able to spot that from Sting. So no mysteries here in the Protoss base. In the meantime, still mining off of 1 gas geyser. We have the reactor coming down from Sting as well. And off of this, we're going to be going for our natural expansion.
Yeah, and Sting, he started the command center. We should see the factory following this up. It's a bit weird that he didn't go for the wall with this. Maybe he knows about HasuObs' passive style. You know, you can really exploit that. When you know that somebody always plays passive, he doesn't like early on aggression in a certain matchup, you can really try to find weaknesses in his build and exploit that with greed. And right now it feels a little bit like greed, I would say, by Sting not to go for the quick wall-off. And HasuObs goes for the Stargate here. He threw down 2 very quick assimilators. He's going to use all that gas to go most likely into Oracles. And he wants to poke up the front of the base of Sting. But there's going to be no depot at the ramp to kill. And Sting should have mines on time to defend against any type of aggression here.
Yeah, and we do see the Marines there just getting a little bit of a prod off on that Stalker. I think the Stalker didn't quite get to see that there were no buildings on the top of the ramp, because as soon as it started going up, it went back down again. But he's going to know that the units are there now. The Mothership Core will join it, and will be able to scout it that there's not much there. Let's see at what point the Oracles come in. The first one is on its way.
And HasuObs is committing a lot to this. He hasn't gone for an expansion just yet. He's been making a lot of probes, but yeah, he wants this aggression to do a lot of damage. There is a fight at the wall of Sting.
Oh, 1 shot and the bunker doesn't get... Yeah, he could have... another 75 minerals, of course, would have been quite useful, because the bunker didn't get cancelled. It was 1 shot away from completing. Sorry, destroyed, rather. And he has to be so careful with the Mothership Core. Has he overextended a little bit there? Time warp just to make sure it gets back safely, but a Stalker... Oh, needs to be very, very careful, HasuObs. He can't actually do too much damage with these units here now.
And you know, Sting, behind this, he should know that there is an Oracle on its way to his base. Does he have a mine ready or not? The Oracle is going to enter his base momentarily. He does have a mine, I think, in the middle of his mineral line, no?
I can't see it at the moment. Yes, there is 1 mine smack bang in the middle of the mineral line, basically hidden from the satellite on top of the orbital command there.
It might do some splash damage onto his SCVs, but I mean, behind this, HasuObs, he's actually going to have a very quick second Oracle flying in there.
Oh, there we go.
Ah, it does not hit the SCVs.
3 workers killed so far.
Yeah, and he's going to have Where is the second Oracle? It's on the way, I think. If Sting is not in position here, this might kill a lot before the Marines can come and reinforce. HasuObs going for the Phoenixes behind this, and Sting is about to drop with a Medivac.
The Medivac and the Oracle, oh, okay, they were going to pass each other in midair on that potential projection there, but we have got Sting moving out with 8 Marines in a Medivac towards a natural expansion location. He's going to be looping in from the north. HasuObs should be okay against this. We have his units back at home now, and the Mothership Core, crucially, is there as well. And in a couple of seconds' time, it will have enough energy for a Photon Overcharge if required.
And HasuObs, he realized that this was headed his way, and now he goes for the defense. He should be able to pick off these Medivacs and all the units without taking any losses, supposedly. Sting is just going to get out of here. He realizes that HasuObs, he most likely has Phoenixes, and that's such a smart choice. There is only so few Terrans that will realize this. I think everybody will be like, well, YOLO, I'm dropping anyway. But Sting, he realizes there might be Phoenixes and an Oracle ready to detect those mines. He's going to move back. Oh, he has to be careful. He might get caught out of position here. He's going to start dropping those units out as the Phoenixes chase the Medivac. The Medivac will be saved.
Yeah, he won't be able to get that. Fortunately, the Marines just a little bit too much there. Too much DPS preventing them from doing so. No upgrades yet on the Marines, of course. It's just constantly pumping out units is Sting. And now we have Stim starting. So if we take a look at the army supply right now, Sting's army is comfortably larger than HasuObs, which means that HasuObs not looking for any sort of straight-up engagements, just been trying to get some damage done on the side, especially with those Oracles, but he hasn't really been able to get the damage ideally he wants done. Only 3 worker kills this whole game.
Oh, and we have 2 mines in the middle line here. Maybe he heard you and he wants to work on that, but those mines are going to have to say something about this if this Oracle was to fly into the middle line. At this point, HasuObs is most likely hoping that those mines have been moved, but they were not. Sting, being very cautious about those Oracles, is very aware of that possibility. There might be one flying into his mineral line anytime in this game. And HasuObs, he goes for the Robotics Bay behind it, which I like. He's going to go into Colossi. And will he fly in there with his Phoenixes?
Oh, he's got 3 Phoenixes there at the moment. And we might see... No, we're not going to. There we go. Mine. I love what MC did against MVP at MLG with the Phoenixes. You just envisioned them and you pick up the mines and kill them. But with 2 mines in the mineral line, it might not be possible. Oh, and both mines... Oh, good...
Oh, you missed the second one.
Oh my goodness, that is huge, and only a single Phoenix remains. That is a massive blow to HasuObs. And now Sting, his almost trademark push on Cloud Kingdom, he makes sure he has the watchtower on his half of the map, and then moves straight in via his opponent's third, because that way HasuObs has minimum time to react.
Sting is ahead on army supply right now. He wants to capitalize on that. He's going to force a photon overcharge at the expansion of HasuObs, and I wouldn't be surprised if he drops the main behind this. HasuObs, he only has gate units. He needs to be in position as a drop might be used in his main, but he's not really. He only has a couple of stalkers up there.
He needs to be so careful right now. The Photon Overcharge is down on the Nexus, and it's important to note that this Mothership Core has enough energy to put it down again. So it's not like as soon as it expires, that's a good time for Sting to move in. Not necessarily, because the energy on the Mothership Core is there.
And the 3rd command center does go down. HasuObs, he might be feeling confident enough to engage very soon here as he gets his first Colossi. And a couple force fields going down. He's trapped a couple of those Marines. He's actually targeting the Medivac with his Photon Overcharge used on his Nexus. Doing very well. He's going to maybe snipe the other one. The Phoenix comes in there.
Oh, and he gets the Mothership Core. There wasn't much energy left on it. Photon Overcharge, though, managing to pick off a decent number of units there. And it looks like he's coming in with the rest of his army. But the Stalkers are going to try and push him back. Reinforcements from Sting popping in. Now, the Medivacs, where are they at the moment? They're quite far behind the army. And it looks like he's feeling confident enough to go in. He has a lead of 102 to 78 at the moment, trapping a couple of units there. The Colossus able to do so much damage. And Sting, finally, with this Colossus out on the field, is forced to push back.
And it did look like Sting was overextending here a little bit for a second, but he just had that much army advantage that he could just attack and trade cost effectively. The Colossi did put an end to this aggression for a moment, but Sting, he's regrouping right now. He's going to have his 3rd command center finished in a second. He's getting a lot of Vikings, and I think he might choose to go for some draw, because we have no charge, no blink, and no Templars yet out of his opponent. Sting, he has the mobility advantage. He can drop into the main, kill a couple of buildings or probes, pick up and get out of here with those Ignite Afterburners.
No, that's actually a great point. I think that he knows, Sting now knows, of course, that HasuObs didn't go for those fast tempo, otherwise he wouldn't have got Colossi out on the field at this point of the game. HasuObs, on the other hand, he wants to try and make this count. He doesn't want to sit back after showing the Colossi and then allowing his opponent to get a lot of Vikings to go against it, which is why, after getting 2, notice that HasuObs has actually stopped, and he's going for the Templar Archives now, so he's hoping that Sting overcommits to Vikings here.
Did he make range?
Yes, he got extended thermal lance for his Colossi already.
And we have an engagement here, just trading a few units. Both players are really hesitant about engaging right now, and HasuObs is going to go for the level 2 armor upgrade as well as Storm. I like this choice. The problem for him right now is that he needs a third, and he hasn't started it yet. He's just going to start it here in a second, but he's very short on cash and army as well. He doesn't have that many probes. Sting is well saturated on 3 bases. He's going to keep on spamming those mills.
Oh, if that mine was available a second earlier, it might have killed off the probe before the Nexus went down, but it is going to kill it off anyway. And HasuObs going to look back there and go, hang on a second, where did the probe go? The mine just not preventing the Nexus, rather, from going down.
What's the income right now of Sting? I think it's probably far superior. Yeah,
it is at the moment. Yeah, he got his 3rd base down just that much earlier, and that's really making all of the difference right now. He's actually already fully saturated on his 3rd base.
He's above 2,000 income to 1,400, so
yeah,
doing very well with the economy. He's going to pull ahead with 50 supply. HasuObs not realizing there is a mine. Finally going to throw down a cannon at his 3rd. But HasuObs, he has Storm. And there is no Ghost just yet on the field, I believe.
Oh, and Sting coming in for a follow-up push towards the 3rd base location. HasuObs sees that because a Phoenix is about to get Cream there. And we've got, yes, we do have Storms there on those Templar. Is he going to get an Archomorph in one? No, one of them does go down. Concussive Shell helping a lot with preventing that escape. The Colossi are in a good position. Is it going to be enough, though? Another Storm goes down. Time Warp as well. HasuObs currently at 92 supply versus the 160 of Sting, though. And the Marauders are absolutely so strong at the back. Great split against those 2 Storms, and he just keeps on coming. Sting does not stop. He is the Energizer Bunny here, and he is ready to go to work on that 3rd.
And Sting, he just had too much here, as I said. I mean, he had 50 supply more than HasuObs. He's able to